Everybody in here knows this story. Not a single person here doesn't know what this story is. Somebody's shaking their head over there. All right. How many people know what this story is worth? Lee? Next one.
Sorry, I got distracted.
The total value of the Star Wars franchise is $27 billion for a story about things that never happened. If you don't think story is important, tell that to this guy, which you can't because that's your cue. I look like that.
You got to teach me.
Tell that to this guy. Total brand value of Disney is somewhere around the same value, about $27 billion. Again, just for stories. Story is the best way that you can inflate the value of your message and your service and your products. Star Wars wouldn't be worth $27 billion unless a lot of people thought it was worth that much money. Same thing with Disney or any other entertainment thing you like to watch on television or in the movies. All right, let's go to the next one. Inc. magazine did a wonderful experiment where they took a 25-cent yo-yo, gave it a story, and sold it for $41 on eBay. That's a 2,700% increase because of a story. Now, my goal here today is to show you how you can tell stories about your business that is going to increase the value of what you're selling it for and get away from the whole idea of being a commodity. Get away from the competition trying to undersell you. If you give it a story, commodity never shows up. All right, next one, please. All right, and to illustrate that, I'm going to tell you a story. Anybody ever heard of Peterson Electric? Okay. All right, I hadn't either. This is not one of my clients. It's a client of a friend of mine, Daryl Stern. And he told me this story, and I thought it was fantastic, and I want to share it with you. Peterson Electric was struggling a few years back. They had the economy to worry about. They were facing lowball other electrical contractors. So Daryl came along about a year ago and said, you know, you need to start making YouTube stories about your business. And they went, we're contractors. We're not video producers. And he showed them how, with an iPhone and iMovie, that they could start producing short, little mini documentaries about what they did for their clients, walking them through the process or showing them these little tricks and tips on how they fix stuff electrical. I know nothing about electricity except that it works, but apparently these were very good videos to the point where, rushing to the end of the story here, they were able now, they're booked 2 months ahead of time. They charge what they want. If you search for electrical contractor Denver, you're going to find Peterson Electric shows up all the time. They have companies from all over the country ask them for information about electrical contracting things. And as a result, they're making more money than they ever thought. They far surpassed their marketing goals. Here's another short story. This is a client of mine, the Botox Beauty Queen. She approached me about 2 or 3 years ago and said, I want to make a commercial. I said, no, you don't. You want to tell stories about your customers. So we made a series of very short videos about her and her customers. As a result, this is the search term for Denver Botox on Google. All those videos are hers. Number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if you searched on YouTube back then, go ahead and change, please. Sorry. You would see all of those are her videos. It increased her business so much, it went up to 50%, she told me, and enabled her to semi-retire. She sold out her business to the Denver Beauty Center. And I like hearing stories like that because it reminds me that we're all after the same happy ending here, and that is this. Now, many of you maybe have not tried YouTube marketing because you're worried about this. You're worried about the expense, you're worried about the time, you're worried about, I'm not a video producer, how can I do this? And I'm going to tell you, this is not that hard to do. In fact, I'm going to show you how you can do this all yourself for the most part. You don't need to hire me. You can do this yourself. What I would like you to think about now is, from here on out, the stories you're going to tell are going to be about your customers, not about you. People are inherently selfish. They only care about themselves. They don't really care about you. They want to know, if they're going to look for you on YouTube, they want to know, can you solve my problem? That's it. I used to be a corporate video producer, and I've produced hundreds of corporate videos for Cessna Beach, Boeing, and Rent-A-Center, and all kinds of big and small companies. And so many of those in the old video days had to do with how the corporate CEO guy was saying, we stand for integrity and we stand for the customer and all these values and crap, and nobody cared. Unless you had to watch them because you're an employee, you didn't really care. Your customers are looking for you on YouTube and they want to know, can you solve my problem? That's it. So every story from here on out has to be about your customer and their problem. Okay, let's go to the next one. Oh, we're already there. Great. All right, what's a story? A story is really character. When you think about your favorite stories, you think about your favorite characters. Your customer wants to see themselves in your story. Let's go to the next. Your customer is going to now, at this point forward, be the primary character of your story. And guess who you are going to be in the story? Anybody want to guess? Hero. Exactly. All right. Let's go back to Star Wars for a second. All right. When we watched the first Star Wars movie, who did we want to be? We wanted to be this guy. We didn't want to Luke or Leia or Darth. We didn't care. We wanted to be this guy. He stood for us. We put ourselves in his shoes, and we thought about him being us. Put yourselves from this point forward in your customer's shoes. You are going to be the Han Solo of the adventure of every story you're going to tell, and you're going to rescue your customer from their pains and their problems. Okay. Now, here's a theme I'm going to really impress upon you from the start, and that is, from here on forward, I want you to put faces in your videos. Lori is one of my clients, and Lori had a problem with this. Initially, I said, we're going to do some videos of you, and Lori said, no, I don't want to be in my videos. And what did I tell you? You have to. Your customers want a reason to choose to do business with you, and the best way that they can overcome their initial distrust and to like you is to get to see your face. Now, I put Flo up here. We know Flo. We all know who she is. We know what company she stands for. She's really an actress, but we don't care. Progressive spends $250 million a year selling Flo to you. They wouldn't spend that money unless it really worked. So if it works for Progressive, it's going to work for you. Why do you think we all hate Comcast? There's no face there. It's this Stalinistic, monolithic, huge thing, and we hate it. And I don't know if Progressive's any better or worse. I don't know, but she's so nice, I want to give her my money. From now on, I want you to put your face in with this. You're the hero of this. Your face needs to be there. I bring this up because I see a lot of videos that are like whiteboard videos or these automated slideshow things and all this ridiculous nonsense that yes, it's a video, but nobody cares and it's not going to sell you because it's not you. So you need to get over your fear of being on camera. And if you really are terrified, put your salespeople in it. I've stuck Lee in it, and I've stuck Lindell and Shar. I've stuck their whole staff in it, and they love it now, right? Lee, I can't get him away from the camera. He just loves being on it. All right, so use your face from here on. All right, next one, please. All right, to really start learning about marketing on YouTube, I want you to understand one important concept, and that is YouTube is a search engine. It's not a social media site. People go to YouTube for two things: entertainment, cat videos, girls in bikinis falling down, all those important things. Or they go for information. How do I do this? And we've all done it. I typed in once, how do I fix the water pump on my 96 Geo Metro, whatever the car I have is, and up popped this instructional video about how to do it. And then my roommate had a problem with the dishwasher, so he looked up how to fix a certain kind of dishwasher, and he fixed it. People go to YouTube for stuff like that all the time. They're always asking it questions. I want your customers to be asking questions that your videos will solve. Think of questions that your customers are going to put into YouTube.